Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ari Herbal, or Ari L. Sampson, and today we are going to be talking about what I am doing today for day 2 of the Ari Herbal Challenge. So I'm going to show you today what I'm making that just makes me feel good, it tastes good, and it just is good for my body. I'm going to make a vegan beef stew. It is going to have some fake meat in it because that's what I have, and I don't have that much stuff in my fridge, but I'm going to use what I do have in my fridge to make an amazing beef stew that's going to taste really delicious. And I'd like to show you guys what I used and how I made it and what seasonings I use and all that stuff, because trying to put down all the seasonings that I use, I typically use a lot. And I don't really think about it. So if I put it on video, then you can see what I use, and then we don't think about it. So, you ready? Let's go. Okay, so after going through my fridge, I am very limited on supplies, but we can still make a really great stew with what I have. So what I have is some mushrooms that I just washed. I have some roasted garlic. I have some turmeric. I have no onions, but I have these little shallots. So we're gonna go ahead and pearl onions. Sorry. I have these little pearl onions. I have a carrot, 1 carrot, turmeric, thyme, and rosemary. We have tomato paste. I don't have any vegetable stock. So instead of using vegetable stock, I'm going to use the juice from some rehydrated kelp and shiitake mushrooms that I had made a while ago. And I have miso paste. And we're also going to be using balsamic vinegar, some olive oil to saute some of the vegetables. And we also have some peas in the freezer, and obviously the little beef tips. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna move this up. It's really cold in my house for some reason. I have no idea why it's cold, but it is. And so, so I put the oven on, but that makes everything hot. So, you know, I'm trying not to burn myself on the pan. So I'm just going to peel this carrot with my handy dandy recycled Nespresso. This is not sponsored, even though technically I work for them. Like, that's my job. I work for Nespresso. But I love this peeler. I love this peeler. I like it more than my real peeler. It doesn't take all the, like, there's like so much the other one takes off. I have another one, and it takes off so much of the actual carrot that it's like, am I even eating like most of the carrot that I have? Or is it that like it's just taking most of my carrot off, you know? These are nice little thin strips that get all the dirt off, all the bad stuff off, things that I couldn't get off when I washed it, you know? It's nice. Now this might take a while, but like, I have patience when it comes to my food. I mean, for a while I didn't, and it makes things hard when you don't have patience for your food. You know, you don't really have respect for it. You just want to eat it, and you don't really care that the food is going to give you nourishment. It's going to give you, you know, so much. So, taking part in being a little bit mindful about the eating process, the cooking process, all of that stuff. It's important to be a little bit mindful about your eating, you know? Just gonna cut this tip off. Cut this carrot a little. I'm a rough chopper. You're not gonna see me like do some type of fancy chop. I don't even do the sideways chop. It's not even that hard, but it's all gonna get cooked in my stew, and I love me some stew. I really do. I love the flavors. I love how everything kind of meshes together and works together. It's just, it's nice. I like it, you know? And I love using carrots in a stew. I love it. Carrots are slightly sweet, but also very delicious. And if you wanted, you can switch out for a parsnip, but like, I like the color too. There's just so much color in a carrot, you know? Put that right there. So, for those of you who don't know me, I do this a lot. Like, I make something, and I make it out of just whatever I can find, because I often don't have food, or, you know, when people say stuff like, we got food in there, and you don't see anything. Well, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna give myself some food. You know, that's how I feel about it. I'm gonna make sure that I have something to eat. So there is literally always food in my house, and we will never starve because I'll figure it out. Go away. I don't want you. There we go. Don't you love my little knife? I love this guy. He's so cute. So I'm gonna get this started a little bit. A little bit warm. I don't want it too warm because I know how to burn myself. I tell you that. I do it way too often, and it's not okay. So, I mean, I don't burn myself as much as some people do, but I'm not about it. I'm not about that burn myself life. Oh my gosh, what have I done? It's gonna take you all off then. That's what you want, Mr. Onion. If that's what you want, I'll take the whole thing off. Let's call the whole thing off. You guys are gonna get tired of me. So, I'm hoping that you guys are loving this challenge. I'm hoping that it's serving you well. Food is something I've always been passionate about my entire life. And, you know, for a long time, it didn't matter whether or not it was healthy or not. But now it does, you know. All right, so we got these. I'll put this over here with all the rest of my trash. And we're going to start cutting the mushrooms. And I have a lot of mushrooms because I really don't have much going on in the soup. But I want to make sure that I get a lot of nutrients. And I get a lot of good, meaty flavors. And that's what I love about mushrooms. All those meaty, delicious flavors that you can get from the mushrooms. You know, I'm not going to make them too big because I want them to cook and get like nice and brown. But I don't want them to be too small either. The mushrooms, they're great. They have a lot of great nutrients. You're going to get a lot of great things from mushrooms, the carrots, the small amount of onions I have in here. You can get some good stuff from there too. One more. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to dump all of these, everything in here in the pot. That's another great thing about stews is that everything just like, you don't have to do a lot. You can just put everything and just throw everything in the kitchen sink in your stew. I have some beets, but my husband really doesn't like beets, and I love beets. So I might cook the beets separate and just put it in my food. But I love me some beets. All right, so I'm gonna let these saute for a while, and while I'm letting it saute, I need to stir it a little bit. I'm gonna cut some of my herbs. Now, if you have fresh herbs, that is awesome. It's been cold here, I haven't really grown any fresh herbs at all. But they have just started growing in my garden. So, you know, that'll be great when I can use fresh herbs. But for right now, I have just regular herbs. Gonna add a little bit more. So I'm gonna let those go ahead and saute. So some of the herbs that I have here is this turmeric. Isn't he weird? Look at them. They're so strange, you know, but I love them so much. I love it. And like, okay, the powdered turmeric is good, but it's not as good as the real ones. The real ones have like this, like, I don't even know, like this slight sweet thing going on. I love them. So I usually use these to make tea. So I don't actually like use them like I'm supposed to. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use all of these. I'm only going to use one because there's so much flavor in one of these. And you actually don't need to go crazy with it. Look at this color. Let me show you this color. It's beautiful. I love it. Look at this color. Isn't it pretty? Oh yeah, we got it cooking now. We cooking now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish doing this and let those go ahead and saute up. Get nice and delicious. Take all these little pieces off. Now this will stain. I don't know. I guess if you put some oil down before you start, like, you know, shaving it and cutting it and stuff like that, it is going to stain your cutting board, whatever you're using. It's going to stain your fingers. I've just gotten used to it. Like, it doesn't even matter to me anymore. But, I think it's worth it for the health benefits and the flavor. Not only is this anti-inflammatory, it's very good at boosting your immune system, and it works really good with ginger and all kinds of just amazing, delicious things. Now, you see how this is like big? This is going to be too big because when you take a bite, if it ends up in your food, and you take a bite, it is going to be very strong. Like I said, you don't need much because it is a very strong herb. You can taste it. Now, when it's in the food and it's just like chilling in there and like it's small, it's great. But if it's not small and you take a big old chunk of it, it's like, okay, I don't want to eat this anymore. But it's so good though. Like, it's so much better than using the powder. But if you can't find the actual turmeric, don't feel bad. Sometimes you just can't find it. I got it from the Asian market. But I'm not going to lie, it just tastes better. It just tastes better, you know? I love the flavor of the actual turmeric. So it's just, you know, you have to keep it small. As small as I possibly can. Because I don't want it to taste like, you know, like too much. I want just a mix. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that all right here. And I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to let this saute. And we'll be back. Okay. So we got it sauteing. It's nice and brown and delicious. Oh, it looks so great. So what I like to do right now is I start adding my herbs. So I'm just going to add this turmeric straight in there. Boom, boom. Nice and quick. It's only been like 5 minutes. So, you know, don't worry, this isn't that long. I mean, it's kind of long. It's a stew, you know. And if you're intermittent fasting, if you're one of those people who do the intermittent fasting, this is great because you get to cook your food and you get to take your time. This looks great. You get to take your time and making me some coffee because I'm addicted. Woo! Alright, so you get to take your time and make your food, and by the time you're done, you have a delicious stew that's good for you and it tastes amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fresh herbs. This is this is thyme. I'm just going to throw it in there because I love thyme. And I'm going to take some rosemary, which is fresh-ish. It is not going to kill you to get it all brown and stuff like this. Like, I've had this for maybe a couple of weeks and I haven't really done a good job keeping it. But you're not going to die if you have it like this. It's not going to kill you. I wouldn't call this fresh, but the flavor is still going to be there. You can smell it when you pull it off the leaves. Some people just like to put this in here. I don't like big pieces of rosemary. I really don't. Like, I see people do that. They just put the rosemary in there and just like big old pieces. I do not like big pieces of rosemary at all. Like, I need it chopped into little pieces and taste little bits and pieces of it mixed together with everything. Do not give me big pieces of rosemary in my food. I've tried it multiple times. It's not my thing. So I like to cut it up, make it tiny. Make it tiny. I make everything tiny, right? I don't like big pieces of herbs. I need my herbs to be well mixed in with all the other herbs, creating a whole new flavor that tastes amazing. That is what I need. But if you like the big pieces, you could just throw the rosemary in there. That's all up to you. For me, this is how I do it. And I love thyme, so I just throw the whole thing in there. I probably put like 4 or 5 little pieces in there. Oh yeah. So it's getting a little crispy, getting all burnty and stuff. So great. So with the, oh my God. Smells amazing already. Oops. I love it. It's so good. Alright, so these are just going to saute together. It's getting a little crispy. It's getting a little stuffed, which is good because that is going to add flavor to everything. The garlic is already roasted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in after I add my liquids. So I'm going to let this saute. I'm going to open up my can. So with tomato paste, I only use about like a whopping tablespoon. I use a regular little spoon and I just take a big old dollop and I throw it in there. That's that's how I cook. I don't follow recipes. What is even a recipe? I don't even know. It's okay. And I do it right before I start really putting liquid in there. Why? I don't know. I just kind of want to release a lot of the sugars, I think. But I don't actually go around saying that. So we're going to take some vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and we're probably going to put in about a 1/4 cup. So good. I can smell it. It smells so good. And then we're going to go ahead and get in here. And because I don't use it all, I just like use this little like half open thing so I can just like, you know, I can just like close it back down again. So big old whopping dollop. Boom. In the pan. Mix it in with that balsamic vinegar. Their flavors are going to mesh so well. It's not even funny. It's going to be beautiful. Nice and closed. So I'm just going to move everything around. Smells so good. And then I'll take the thyme, little like stems. I'm going to take that out all the way at the end. Alright, so what I do have is this. My vegan attempt at dashi. It smells really good. Kind of like very Asian-y. So I'm just going to dump. This is about a cup. That's all I have left. Is about a cup of this. Which is fine. So that's there. I'm going to stir everything and make sure it's all good. It's all over my fingers. Alright, stir it all up. Make sure it looks delicious. Yeah, I might actually show you guys what it looks like right now. It smells really good. Looks really good. It's gonna be really good. Oh, so good. Isn't that delicious? Alright, so let's get back to it. So this has been sauteing for literally like 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to put, so I just roast them and I just leave them the way they are. But I'm going to go ahead and put maybe 4 cloves of the roasted garlic inside of the stew. It's like not like a stew yet. It's just got like, it's thickened up a little bit. And it's a good time to start adding some like mushy things. That's, you know, not really a chef, so this is how I talk about food. But you know, so you go ahead and you, oh yes, that's a good one. And you just put them in there. Let's do another one. Can't hurt, right? Let's do another one. I'm just gonna take this one out because it's being a baby. There we go. Come on out. There we go. Right in there. So good. All right, so it's nice and great. I love that it's already sweet enough. And before I put the water in, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna stick. But I just like to make sure that they really get coated. All the vegetables get coated in there. So before I put the water in, I also want to put some peas. Now I hated peas my entire life, but I like them in stew. And so I put peas in here. It's about a cup of peas in this little stew thing that I've made. Oh, looks so good. It looks so delicious with these little peas added in. And it smells divine. So good. Anyway, so I'm also going to add some miso paste because miso paste is my best friend. I love it so much. It's going in there. It's going in. And here's my dollop of miso. Now the problem is miso is fermented and it is actually really good for your gut. But because the bacteria that's in the miso is bacteria, and we're going to be heating this a lot, you're not going to get the benefits of this miso by putting it in here. You're going to get the benefits of the fermented nature of this, the soybeans and all that stuff. And if you don't want to use soybeans, this is probably not the recipe for you. Because we're also going to put some soy sauce in here after the water is done. But you're not going to get the benefits that you would normally get if you had put this in a low boiling thing. This is going to be boiling pretty hot, so I don't think that any of the bacteria that are good for your gut are going to make it. But it's still a really good addition. It makes things taste amazing. It's nice and thick. And it's going to be delicious. So, okay. So we're going to put 4 cups of water in this stew. 4 cups of water. Four cups. And it's really not that big, so that's a good thing. You can add more water if you like. The only thing is a lot of the stuff inside is just gonna like phase out. And the great thing about stew is it's nice and thick, you know, it's not soup where it's like mostly water, you know, it's very watery. This is stew, it's thick and it's delicious and it's hearty and smells amazing. So in here we're going to go ahead and put a real small amount. I use gluten-free organic tamari. I'm gluten-free. My stomach does not do well with gluten. So We're just gonna like about 1 tablespoon of this, because the water really takes out a lot of the flavor, and I don't really like putting a lot of salt in things, so I just use the Tumeric to season the food instead of using, you know, this big old like dollop of salt. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna let that go ahead and saute. So while we're doing that, we're gonna make these beef tips. When the stew is done, I'm gonna go ahead and put the top on the stew. When the stew is done, we're gonna go ahead and put these in here because I don't want it to get mushy. It will get mushy if you just put it directly in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the back one. And this is just water, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this right over here. Let that heat up. Put this away. And see, we're almost done. It has probably been only like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. We'll see how it goes. And I'm using Gardein Homestyle Beefless Tips. That's what I use. I'm not sure if it's illegal to tell you that. But it's what I have in my fridge. So that's what's happening. Another coffee break. I'm just going to go ahead and throw these on here. You hear that? I knew they were done. Yep, saute up. Get nice and happy and warm. So when those are done, they're going to be nice and beefy. They're going to taste beefy and feel beefy. And then when this is done, I'm just going to toss them in there. And everyone's going to be happy, especially me, because I'm going to eat. Okay, so it's been boiling for about 10 minutes. And I have some extra stuff I need to put in there. Now, for some of you, this is going to taste amazing where it's at. You don't actually need to put anything in there, but I am a seasoning queen and I love seasoning, so we're gonna put paprika in there, add some rich dark color that we already have because we had the balsamic vinegar, and also we added the tomato paste. And if you like, you can add more balsamic vinegar right now. I'm gonna put some hot Mexican chili powder because it's delicious. We're going to add some liquid smoke just for a little bit of smoky flavor. Oh, it's looking nice and thick and delicious. If yours doesn't turn out thick, it's completely fine to add some cornstarch. About a tablespoon of cornstarch in water. Mix it up until it's all well mixed in and just pour it in there. We're going to add some parsley flakes. I love parsley, like probably too much. And I was going to grow some, and I decided not to for some reason. And so here we are. We're sprinkling in onion powder because I don't have any onions. All I had was those little bit of onions that we had. So we're just going to sprinkle some onion powder in there because it makes everything delicious. And some pepper. Because what is beef stew without any pepper? I don't even know. I can't even tell you because I don't think I've ever had it before. Smells so good. It smells like there's already beef in there. And there is not. So I'm going to let this boil with the top off. As you can see, we've finished our beef. I'm not going to put it in there until I know that this is almost done. Oh yeah. That's what it needed. I'm going to put a little bit of balsamic vinegar, a little bit more in there. Just woo, too much. That's not as much as I wanted to put in there. I guarantee you it's going to be delicious, so it doesn't matter. Let's see here. Didn't mess up the smell, so that's a good sign. Might as well try it now, huh? Woo, that's good. I like it. That's good. All right, so I'm going to let it boil a little bit. Honestly, if you wanted to stop here, you could just take the beef, pour it in there, Now, you could just take each beef thing out and put it in there, but if you have real beef, you get all the oils in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the beef from here, and I'm just going to dump everything in there, and I can get all the oils from the beef that it cooked in, and all the, like, you know, little pieces of it. It's going to be really, really good. I think it's good. It's good to go. Hot. So we're just going to go ahead and just bloop, bloop. Now, if you don't want oils, that's completely fine. Don't even put no oil in there. You know, there's plenty of oil in this thing. It doesn't even need it. Really. Because the sauteed oils are all still in there. There we go. Ooh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum. Yum. Now, you could put rice in here too if you want. I'm not putting any rice in here because it's just like, I don't feel like it. The rice takes a little bit longer. You want to make sure it boils out. You know, and I don't feel like dealing with that, you know. So make sure you get the thyme leaves out. Not necessarily the leaves, but the stem. Get the stem out. I know I have one more stem in here. If you don't get it out, it's not that big a deal. Like, you can just take it out later. Or you could eat it. I mean, it's annoying. So that's why I take it out. But if you want to keep it in, you can keep it in. It's up to you. And, you know, this is good. I'm going to let it boil for like 1 more minute because I don't want the beef to get too soft, like I said earlier. I want it to stay a little bit tough. But if you want soft beef, you can totally boil it. I used this yesterday for some spaghetti. And because we didn't have any meatballs, and it turned out pretty good. So, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. All right. And I think we're done. Here it is, my beef stew. Doesn't it look delicious? Blah. So delicious. Nice and sharp. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for sharing with me what I ate today. I hope you liked it. It made me feel really good. It tasted so good. You could do it without the beef tips. You could do it with the beef tips. It's up to you how you want to make it. It turned out so good. I actually have it right here. I'm not really a mukbang person, so I'm not going to sit here and eat it on the camera for you right now. Maybe later. So, I hope that you liked the video. I hope that I get to see all the amazing things you guys made today for your for your food that you ate. I can't wait to see what you ate that made you feel good. I hope that you feel great and you're starting to feel great. For any of you who haven't actually done the challenge yet, you can follow me here on YouTube or Instagram or on Tumblr. These videos are going to be posted every day. And I'm going to have something for you every day so that you guys can follow me on my wellness challenge. And if you would like to come and do it with me, please just tag it Airy Wellness Challenge. Airy Well Challenge. Oops. Airy Well Challenge. Please tag it Airy Well Challenge. And I will see you. I may, reblog it, or I might, do it again and put it on my page or whatever. You understand what I'm saying. So I'm really excited to have you guys following this with me, and I've seen so much support. I love it. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on my wellness journey, and I hope you have an amazing day. Like and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Thank you. Bye.